That's right!
Welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Mica Burton.
Nintendo fans are wetting their Zero Suits this week over the possibility of a Metroid Prime 4 coming soon to the Switch. Myself included. The floor is a puddle. They keep having to call facilities in. Now, though, the rumors are getting even juicier.
Because now the rumor mill claims that there's not just one, but two Metroid games on the way.
Two?
And we will be seeing one of them as soon as E3 next month.
Now, before you set the hype trains into overdrive, we should qualify some things because so far, at least one of those rumors is looking fairly shaky. So maybe don't get your hopes up too much for two games, but hey, at least one.
So let's talk about the source that these rumors and where it all started. The Metroid Prime 4 rumor mongering has been gathering steam for a couple of months now, peaking over the weekend thanks to a couple of simultaneous developments.
First, composer Alexander Brandon, who worked on Deus Ex, announced on Facebook that he's now working with Retro Studios. Brandon is a longtime and very outspoken Metroid fan, plus we all know that Retro Studios are the developers of the Metroid Prime series, or at least have been in the past.
Considering we have no idea what Retro's been working on since they finished Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze in, wow, 2014.
It's been a little while.
It's been a while. That certainly got people pretty excited. And Retro has been stoking the fires a little as well on Twitter. When fans have been asking what they're working on, they've been tweeting pictures of Prime Rib.
That's just mean,
That's
guys.
so mean! And when people ask for Metroid, they've been telling fans to have patience.
So, not saying no, just be patient.
Just be patient.
Now, on top of all that, the series producer said back in 2015 that the next Metroid Prime game was likely to be coming to Nintendo's next system rather than the Wii U, so we're, Prime for the game already. Yep.
As for when Metroid Prime 4 could be releasing, Nintendo insider Emily Rogers offered some speculation about that in a recent blog post, writing, "I am starting to believe that Retro's project will get released in early 2018, because there just isn't that much room for it on the schedule anymore. Remember when Tropical Freeze was finished, scheduled for holiday 2013, but Nintendo later bumped it to February 2014? Tropical Freeze was moved to early 2014 because Nintendo didn't have any major Wii U games during January-March 2014.
Alright, so that's what's got everyone so suddenly excited about Metroid Prime 4. But there were some other developments this week as well. Nintendo YouTuber and occasional information source Super Metal Dave 64 has also chimed in, kicking these rumors up another level.
Dave appeared in a recent episode of the Spawncast podcast, where he'd heard reports that Metroid Prime 4 is indeed in development at Retro. However, he took things one step further than everybody else because, according to his sources, there is a separate Metroid game in development from another studio.
Yeah, and that's the tricky one. So in addition to what he's heard about Retro, Super Metal Dave said on the podcast, there's also been some rumors going around about another Metroid game in development that's not Retro Studios. This Metroid game, I'm hearing, will be shown at E3, and the studio who is being rumored to be in development for it is called Climax Studios.
He went on to say that this would be an exclusive Metroid game for Switch, sorry to those of you who still only have a 3DS. Dave also added that this is probably not a 2D Metroid game.
Boo! Alright, so for those of you who are wondering, Climax Studios has previously worked with Nintendo on Silent Hill Shattered Memories for the Wii, plus the 2D Assassin's Creed Chronicles spin-off for other platforms.
And that's where these rumors start to get a little bit shaky.
Little bit.
Just a little bit. For one, Climax Studios has come out pretty hard against this report. Like, super hard, like a hard
Yeah, not just like vague, like, we can't comment on rumors or speculation. When asked about the rumor on Twitter, Climax responded, "Oh my god, we aren't doing this." And to another tweet, they added that the idea is beyond silly. So that sounds fairly definitive.
Tell us how you really feel, Climax. Damn.
I bet they wish they were working on Metroid.
Seriously.
Don't we all?
Despite all those protests from the studio itself, Dave still insists that this is happening, and that his sources always indicated it could be another studio besides Climax anyway. So maybe somebody else is working on this mythical Metroid game that we just don't know about?
To be honest though, Super Metal Dave's track record is, he's had some right stuff, but it's not totally spotless when it comes to Nintendo rumors. He's been right in the past about Breath of the Wild becoming a launch title for the Switch, then called the NX, but before anyone had wind of it. But he was totally wrong about the year, and was also way off on a lot of the Switch's concepts in general. Now the year, okay, can understand things get moved forward and backward in the timeline, especially when it comes to Nintendo, who's on a, we'll release it when it's got a good window, rather than the second it goes gold sort of timeline. But for a long time, he pushed back on rumors that Nvidia was involved with the Switch's hardware. Wrong on that one.
Yeah. So what do we think of all of these rumors? Well, the retro rumor seems pretty promising for all the evidence we've already listed, but the idea of a second Metroid game in development doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless it's going to be a 2D game.
Just give us the 2D game.
Which we all really want, and something totally separate than what fans have come to expect from Metroid Prime. It's also possible that both of these rumors are about the same game, and everything's getting crossed.
Or one of them is about the other Metroid game that everyone is asking for, Federation Force 2.
Ooh.
There's been some speculation that part of why Nintendo has been cracking down so hard on 2D Metroid fan games and why we haven't seen very many Metroid-esque indie side-scrollers on the Switch yet is that Nintendo has plans of their own in that regard. But again, that's more wishful speculation than anything based on hard sources or leaks or anything like that.
So wishful. So if there is a studio working on a 2D Metroid title, there are certainly a wealth of options for Nintendo in terms of first and second party outfits. First up, there's the ND Cube, the Nintendo subsidiary most recently involved with Mario Party 10 and Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival on the Wii U.
More likely, though, would be someone like Intelligent Systems, who have a number of teams at their disposal working on titles like Fire Emblem, Paper Mario. Interestingly enough, it was actually Team Deer Force within Intelligent Systems that first developed Super Metroid, so that's of interest. The last update about Intelligent Systems and what some of their branches are working on for Nintendo saw the cancellation of one of their titles for Wii U, with more resources being ported over to unannounced Switch titles.
There's also HAL Laboratory, who is most recently associated with the Kirby games. Oh, they're so adorable. But hey, at least they've got some side-scroller experience, so those are just a few options, but really, Nintendo could have tapped almost anybody, even us. Tap us to work on a second Secret Metroid game. Again, you know, if it exists.
Only really, though, if you want it to come out like broken enough that it gets the entire franchise canceled like Mass Effect, because we're not game developers,
but
and it's not gonna go well.
We'll give it the old college try.
Let's not. Fortunately, we don't have to wait very long at all to figure out if we're getting 0 or 1 or 2 or our own Rooster Teeth version of Metroid games on Nintendo's popular new console. E3 is happening next month, so it's pretty likely that we'll know more then, and hopefully we'll have at least Metroid Prime 4 to celebrate with. Really? I feel like we're being greedy with 2 Metroids. I will take 1 Metroid.
Take 1 Metroid.
Please, Nintendo, I would like a Metroid.
Just 1 Metroid, please.
One metric Metroid.
So what do you guys think of the rumors of 2 separate Metroid games in development? Would you like to see a new 2D Metroid? What's wrong with you if you don't? Let us know in the comments.
And for future updates on what's coming to the Switch and all the rumors heading into E3, because it's only going to get crazier from here, remember to like this video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the know.
Gotta go fast.
Metroid's my favorite Nintendo character.
Metroid?
What if Metroid was a girl?
Metroid a girl?
Tropical Freeze was moved early, where he echoed that he'd heard reports that Metroid 4 Prime, that's a word. Yes, and Dave said that